After these schoolrooms, I wouldn't paint my wife's ass purple.
What color is it now?
You want to know what color my wife's ass is?
You brung it up?
When Saturday Night Fever hit theaters in 1977, it became an overnight phenomenon. The film launched John Travolta from sitcom fame to global superstardom, revived the Bee Gees' career by cementing them as disco heroes, and redefined the role of music in filmmaking, proving that a soundtrack could be just as powerful as the story itself. Here are 10 weird facts you may not know. I emphasize may, because, well, you may know them all. In any case, I hope you enjoy the video. Be sure to stay to the end for a bonus fact. You don't want to miss it. Number 1. The inspiration for Saturday Night Fever came from a magazine piece that wasn't entirely factual. In June 1976, New York Magazine published an article titled "Tribal Rights of the New Saturday Night" by British journalist Nick Cohn. It explored the emerging urban youth culture, centering on a character named Vincent, celebrated as the top dancer in Bay Ridge. However, years later, Cohn admitted that Vincent was purely fictional. Cohn, who was new to Brooklyn at the time, had little first-hand knowledge of the scene, and instead modeled Vincent after a London mod he had known in the 1960s.
You're too young, you haven't got any class, and yeah, I'm sick of jerk-off guys ain't got their shit together.
Oh, come on, this is you get your shit together.
Number 2. By the time the Bee Gees were brought on board to create music for the film, most of it had already been filmed. At the time, the band was only moderately successful and busy with their own album, unaware of the movie's storyline. Over a single weekend, they wrote several songs and repurposed existing material, including Stayin' Alive, which was quickly turned into a demo for the film's iconic opening sequence. But since these now famous tracks hadn't been created yet, what did the cast dance to during filming? According to John Travolta, the dance scenes were set to the sounds of Boz Scaggs and Stevie Wonder. Number 3. Saturday Night Fever catapulted John Travolta to movie stardom, but he was already a household name thanks to his role in the hit sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter. As the wisecracking, troublemaking teen Vinnie Barbarino, he had won over audiences with his humor and the unforgettable catchphrase, "Up your nose with a rubber hose."
Hey, Kotter, up your nose with a rubber hose.
Once word spread that Travolta was shooting in Brooklyn, the streets were flooded with thousands of excited fans, especially teenage girls. Co-star Donna Pescow shared that filming became difficult due to fans approaching Travolta so often that they had to start filming at random hours.
The fans, oh my God, they were all over him. It was scary to watch.
Number 4. The movie was filmed at the 2001 Odyssey Disco in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York. However, it was Saturday Night Fever's production team that added a $15,000 dance floor, complete with multicolored lights that were designed to flash in rhythm with the music. The club closed in 2005, but former employee Vito Bruno bought the floor. Bruno put it up for auction in June 2017, and the iconic dance floor was sold for $1.2 million to an anonymous buyer.
Spin it. Cigarette. Guess not.
Number 5. In the quick scene where Tony, his crew, and Stephanie chow down at White Castle, the employees behind the counter weren't actors. They were the actual restaurant staff. The director instructed them to carry on as usual while encouraging the cast to improvise and catch the workers off guard. The final cut of the scene seems to show a reaction to Joey climbing onto the table and barking. But according to director John Badham, the real shock came from something even more outrageous. Paul Papin, who played Double J, dropped his pants and mooned the entire White Castle staff.
I'm gonna change and then...
All right. Hey, ooh, man, on.
What maracas? She got maracas. She learned how to act. Got nice tits.
If you're enjoying this video, please don't disappoint Tony. Tap the like button. Thanks so much. Now back to the countdown.
What do you know? Tonight. All right.
Number 6. While working on The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, John Travolta fell in love with his co-star, Diana Hyland, who played his mother in the TV movie. Despite their 18-year age difference, the two began a relationship that lasted 6 months. Tragically, Hyland was battling breast cancer and passed away at just 41 years old after filming only 4 episodes of 8 is Enough. Travolta briefly left the set of Saturday Night Fever to be by her side in Los Angeles during her final moments before returning to finish the film.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Oh, sure, no problem. No big deal, I can handle it.
Number 7. About 1 hour into the film, Tony and Stephanie rehearse a routine that resembles a fusion of the tango and the hustle. This improvised sequence came about by accident. On the day of filming, the movie's choreographer was unexpectedly absent. With no planned steps to follow, John Travolta and Karen Lynn Gorney had to come up with something on the spot. Their creation, dubbed the Tango Hustle, made it into the movie but never gained popularity.
Are you as good in bed as you are on that dance floor?
Number 8. Both John Travolta and director John Badham initially pictured Tony's disco suit as black, in line with the fashion trends of the era. However, costume designer Patricia von Brandenstein persuaded them to go with white instead. Her decision was partly symbolic, representing Tony's path to self-discovery, but it also had a practical advantage. A dark suit would have blended into the dimly lit nightclub, making it harder to stand out on screen.
Look at this. We don't love you, right?
You guys really, you really kick their ass.
Hey, come on, we got them where they breathe. Italian style.
Number 9. Finding the perfect actress to play Stephanie, Tony's dance partner, was no easy task. After auditioning hundreds of women without success, the filmmakers were still searching. Meanwhile, 32-year-old Karen Lynn Gorney was eager for her breakthrough role. One day, by sheer coincidence, she shared a taxi with a stranger who happened to be the nephew of producer Robert Stigwood. When he mentioned his uncle was making a movie, Gorney jokingly responded, "Oh, am I in it?" a line she often used whenever she heard about a new film. Amused, the nephew passed her name along, leading to the audition that landed her the role.
What the hell do you expect me to do, man? What do you expect me to do? Can you help me?
Number 10. Staten Islanders take pride in the fact that some of Saturday Night Fever's most memorable moments were filmed on the Verrazano Bridge, but much of what ended up on screen wasn't in the script. It was later revealed that the actors improvised much of the bridge scene. Director John Badham deliberately kept Donna Pescow, who played Annette, in the dark about the key moment. So her terrified screams and tears were completely genuine.
Didn't dig it. I knew that you could.
Now for a bonus fact, John Travolta's now famous strut down 86th Street is one of the film's most memorable moments, but he almost didn't film it himself. The original plan was to use a stand-in, capturing only the lower half of the body. However, when Travolta saw the footage, he wasn't impressed and insisted on doing it himself. That said, not every close-up in the sequence is him. When Tony lifts his foot to compare his shoe to the one in the store window, that was actually a double. Apparently, even a disco king has his limits. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you again very soon.
I come down here a lot, you know, I get ideas.
Oh yeah, what kind of ideas you get?
I don't know, daydreams, you know, daydreaming.